Welcome to Silicon Valley Nonprofits, a service of KMVT Community Media. I'm Bobby Chastain, your host. Today, our guest is Veronica Craven, president of the Tall Club Silicon Valley. Veronica, thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
So this is something I didn't know existed. Can you share with us what is the Tall Club Silicon Valley?
Yeah, it's a wonderful social organization for people of height. So there are requirements to be in the Tall Club. Of women in America specifically, you have to be 5'10" or taller in stocking feet. For men, you have to be 6'2" or taller in stocking feet. In America, now in Europe, there's a whole different standard. You add 2 inches to that. So
you got to be taller in Europe than in America.
Yes. So if you want to join a Tall Club in Europe, the standards for women are you have to be 6 foot. Luckily, I'm 6'2", and I can make it out in Europe. But for men, it's 6'4".
And so when you join the Tall Club, is there a process where you're measured and so on?
Yes, there is. There's actually an initiation process. It's really fun, and it's all taken in the sense of friendship and camaraderie and having fun. So we have to vet you, and make sure you're not there for other reasons other than to have fun and meet other tall people. So you come to a meeting or a social gathering, which could be a house party or a picnic or a dance or a movie outing or a dinner. And then you come to a couple of them, and we get to know you, we talk to you, and then we vote you in to come into our club, and we measure you. We take out our measuring tape, and we put you up against the wall and mark you off, like a kid,
Sure.
They mark you off and measure it.
So as someone who would never get to join, I think there's a little bit of the grass is greener always going on, but for real, tall people there's some things that only other tall people can commiserate about, right?
There is, yeah. So we often bring awareness to clothes. I have problems with clothes being long enough on my ankles. I always look like I'm ready for a flood. I've got that good 2-inch gap at my ankle, always. So we talk about where can we find clothes that would fit us that doesn't look like clown clothes or that's not so expensive, where can we find shoes? Who builds taller equipment like furniture or desks or kitchen appliances that are taller, ranges, stoves, things like that.
So there's the social element of it that's very key, and these groups meet regularly. There's conventions and so on.
There's things happening every week. We have multiple sister clubs in California. In California, we have our Tall Club Silicon Valley right here in our area, and then we have one right close in San Francisco. It's called the Golden Gate Tip Toppers. Now that one is a derivative of the California Tip Toppers, which was the original Tall Club. Tall Clubs International is our parent company. Okay. We are a chapter. And Tall Clubs International was founded by K. Sumner Einfeld in 1938. And
ironically enough, if I'm not mistaken, he was an animator that was drawing dwarfs.
Yes, she was.
She. What was the name?
K. Sumner Einfeld.
Wow, how can I extrapolate?
That's fine. Yes, exactly. She worked for Disney, and she painted the dwarfs on Snow White. It was kind of ironic because she often was heard complaining, these desks, I'm hitting my knees. We should really have like a tall club, and that was the birth of her writing an article in the New York Times in 1938 that got published, all about the troubles tall people have and why can't we organize and find a solution, and she did. She organized it.
So among other things, great way for tall people to meet other tall people. How can someone find out more about the organization?
Well, they can come to our website, which is tcsv.org. Or they can go to the Tall Clubs International website, which is tallclubsinternational.org.
Well, great. I hope all you tall people out there can find this organization and get more involved with it. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Veronica. And we'll see you next time on Silicon Valley Nonprofits. Bye-bye.